When your alarm rings at 6 a.m., what do? Pick up your phone, scroll through notifications, lie in bed, looking at someone else's glittering life, and curse your own boring existence. Listen, every single morning, you are losing your victory before it even begins. Every morning you surrender to the world. You sell your control, your focus, your energy to people who aren't even aware of your existence. And then you wonder why your life isn't changing. You wonder why you don't have a magnetic presence. Why do you always remain an average, unnoticed, ordinary person? Because the moment you wake up, you leave yourself at the mercy of others. Hold on, take a deep breath, and ask yourself a brutal question. Were you really born to be ordinary? Doesn't your soul feel suffocated when you get out of bed every day as that same old, tired, defeated person? Every day when you stand in front of the mirror, you see a person who had an ocean of potential inside them. But over that ocean, a thick layer of laziness and procrastination has frozen solid. That fire in your eyes that used to light up your dreams has vanished. You are merely alive, but you are not winning. The world is passing you by. Time is racing away. Every passing second silently devours your potential. And you just stand there. Same excuses, same old habits, same regret at night and remorse in the morning. But what if I told you that all of this can change? Today, right now, there is a secret used by high-value individuals, the ones who enter a room and establish a commanding presence without uttering a word. They are never loud. They don't shout. They don't show off. They simply operate on a completely different frequency. Look at Priyanka Chopra, coming from a small city like Jhansi, winning the Miss World crown, ruling Bollywood. And just when it seemed like everything had been achieved, quietly knocking on the doors of Hollywood all by herself, people look at her and think it was all a lucky break. They think glamour, red carpets, and iconic success happened overnight. But the world only sees the light. It doesn't see the dark furnace in which that light was forged. Priyanka never made a noise about her moves. When people were mocking her, when people were looking at her with doubting eyes, when people were saying that an Indian actress could never stand at the top tier of Hollywood, what did Priyanka do? She didn't join the noise. She didn't open her mouth. She didn't waste her energy making explanations. She turned her morning energy into a silent weapon. When the entire city was asleep, when the world was still tossing and turning in bed, Priyanka was forging her mindset. Every morning, treated like a new battlefield. Her morning ritual wasn't a fancy lifestyle trend. It was a self-mastery contract. She says that when you enter a room, your presence should speak before your words do. And that presence isn't built in a studio. That presence is forged in those quiet morning moments when the world isn't asking anything of you. But here is the biggest catch. The mistake most people make. People think a morning routine means waking up at 4 a.m., drinking 10 types of fancy smoothies, and posting an Instagram story saying, "Look, I am working hard." No. That is where people fail completely. A high-value morning ritual isn't meant to show off to anyone. It is meant to kill the inner demon inside you. It is meant to dominate your mind. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, who is your very first opponent? Your own laziness. Your own weak version whispering, "Just 5 more minutes. Let's start a bit later. Leave today, we'll definitely do it tomorrow." When you bow down to those 5 minutes of weak thoughts, you lose the first battle of your day right at that moment. And if a person cannot dominate the first 5 minutes of their morning, how are they going to dominate their life? Listen to me very carefully right now. If you, in this era of 2026, where distractions are draining your focus from all sides, keep doing what average people are doing, you will get what average people get. Anxiety, self-doubt, financial insecurity, and an identity that people forget in 2 minutes. Are you satisfied with such a life? Are you truly comfortable with this mediocrity? If the answer is no, then you will have to redefine your morning. You will have to create a high-value morning identity that is unshakable. Let's talk about the 3 psychological pillars without which your presence can never become magnetic. And remember, the 3rd pillar here is the one people ignore the most, yet it is the most powerful. First pillar. The law of silent supremacy is the first 60 minutes of the morning. Zero noise, zero phone, zero world. When you wake up, your brain is in an alpha state. This is the time when your subconscious mind is most receptive. If during this time you pour the fake world of Instagram, useless messages on WhatsApp, or the negativity of the news into your brain, you have compromised your mind in the very first minute. Do you know what the biggest pillar of Priyanka Chopra's success is? Boundaries. She set unbreakable boundaries in her life. When you wake up, move in absolute silence. Keep your phone in another room. Let your mind connect with yourself first. Imagine when you meditate on your goals for just 20 minutes in the morning without any distraction. When you visualize your toughest tasks in your mind, your energy shifts to a completely different level. You move out of reactive mode and step into proactive mode. The world demands your time, but your morning belongs only to you. But do you have enough self-control not to touch your phone the moment you wake up? Can you stop your own hand? This is your test. If you cannot control your mind in the first 60 minutes, you won't be able to control anything all day. High-value people build their power away from the noise. Silent moves, devastating results. Now let's move to the second pillar, the identity audit every morning. Before leaving your bed, you must recalibrate your identity. Average people wake up carrying their old wounds, their old failures, and their old fears. They say, I have to do that same boring work today, I'll face tension again, I am hopeless. And guess what? Their day turns out exactly like that. But a magnetic individual, a high-value person asks one question as soon as they wake up. What identity am I stepping into today? When Priyanka Chopra stepped from Bollywood into Hollywood, she had a lot to lose. She was the biggest superstar in India. But she threw off the comfort belt of her old identity. She dressed herself up like a beginner, but kept the mindset of a winner. Her presence had that supreme confidence because she knew her worth. Every morning, you have to rewrite this script in your mind. You are not that old, fearful, lazy person anymore. You are the person fighting for their existence. You are the person whose energy people feel when you enter a room. Straighten your posture. Deepen your breath. Tell yourself that you don't need anyone's approval. You are the designer of your destiny. When you claim your identity every morning, the world will start viewing you from that new perspective. People don't respect what you want. People respect who you are. And now, the third pillar. The pillar that separates the weak from the strong. The rule of relentless execution under pressure. This is where most people shatter. Think about it. You maintained silence after waking up. You thought big thoughts. But when the first tough task appeared, you backed down. You procrastinated. You ran right back toward your comfort zone. When Priyanka Chopra was asked in an interview how she manages so many projects, international travel, and constant pressure, she said something very simple yet deadly. She said, I don't look at the entire staircase, I just focus on taking the next step with absolute excellence. This is the mindset of a high-value champion. The real purpose of a morning ritual isn't just meditating or journaling. Its true purpose is to prep your mind for hard work. The very first task of your morning should be the one your weak mind fears the most. Is it a grueling workout? Is it learning a difficult skill? Is it starting a project you've been delaying for a week? When you finish the hardest task first thing in the morning, your brain releases a different level of dopamine. Your confidence skyrockets. You start feeling like you can crush any obstacle. But what do most people do? They do the easy tasks first. They check emails, they organize their bed, they do small trivial tasks that give them a fake sense of productivity. No! Stop fooling yourself. Eat the frog first thing in the morning. Jump straight into the work that scares you the most without thinking twice. Don't give your mind time to hesitate. Action breaks fear. Action builds momentum. Now, a crucial warning. Listen to me with complete attention. We are living in 2026. Time is moving faster than ever. In this world of automation, AI, and hyper-competition, staying average means erasing your existence. If you listen to this advice today and ignore it, if you keep doing what you've been doing for the last 5 years, where will you be in the next 5 years? The same suffocation, the same financial stress, the same regret of if only I had taken responsibility for my life that day. The pain of regret is 1,000 times more poisonous than the pain of hard work. The pain of discipline lasts for a few months, but the pain of regret becomes a lifelong disease. Are you ready to live with the burden of that regret? Do you want to look back in the final moments of your life and see only excuses and unfulfilled dreams? No? Right? Then right now, at this very moment, make a decision. Let the world talk. What people think about you doesn't pay your bills, doesn't define your worth. Your worth is forged in those secret morning hours when no one is watching you. When you work without noise, when you follow your morning ritual like a sacred religion, your presence automatically becomes magnetic. You don't have to speak, your energy speaks. There is a sharpness in your eyes that sets you apart even in a crowd. Priyanka Chopra showed the world that a person without a godfather, without a privileged background, can write their name across the globe purely on the strength of their mind, their relentless drive, and their unshakable self-belief. She isn't superhuman. She is human. The only difference is that she never held herself back. She woke up every morning and upgraded her identity. Today is your turn. Today, when you wake up or when your eyes open tomorrow morning, two paths will lie before you. The first path, hit the snooze button. Bury yourself in your phone and live another ordinary fading day before going back to sleep. The second path, rise from your bed like a tiger, embrace the silence, dominate your mind, finish your hardest task first, and show the world what you are made of. The choice is yours. The life is yours. The regret will be yours, and the success will be yours. You must have heard the saying, when the sun rises, the deer runs thinking that if it doesn't run fast, it will be hunted, and the lion runs thinking that if it doesn't run fast, it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you are the lion or the deer. When morning comes, just start running. Make your presence so powerful that when you enter a room, silence itself bows out of respect for you. Make your goals so massive that your laziness burns into ashes before them. This year, 2026, is your comeback year. You've wasted enough time, you've made enough excuses. Now the time has come to illuminate the world with your inner fire. Wake up, move in silence, dominate your morning, own your destiny. If you are ready to adopt this mindset starting today, if you have made a firm promise to yourself that from now on your morning will not be sacrificed to compromise, then write in the comments with full power, I am unstoppable. Like this video so the algorithm delivers it to those who need this wake-up call. Subscribe to the channel and keep your inner fire burning forever. Tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, remember who you are. Rise and conquer.